Hi there.
Hi, you again?
It's me again. You again?
Me again. And you again too. Thanks for joining us. This is Opposite Saxes. Glad to have you with us. Hey, and you know who else is with us? You know
Me.
who else? No, Irving Chung.
Oh, oh yeah.
Irving Chung is a good friend of ours, and he is a franchise specialist. You may not ever think about, owning a franchise, but then again, you might want to start saying to yourself, when I get a little bit older, maybe I retire, I want to do something, and I don't want to just sit around and do nothing. You know, just just as an opportunity or a possibility, give Irving Chung a call and just say, hey, look, just in case I wanted to invest a few $1,000s and get a franchise, could I do it for a little bit of money? How much money would it take? Reach out to Irving. He'll give you a free consultation. I'm telling you, free.
Wow.
He'll give you a free consultation. And all you got to do is just say, hey, I'm thinking maybe I'll spend X number of dollars, or what can I get if I wanted to spend some money? And you want to, he has told me they even have some financial programs to help
Oh,
underwrite the cost of you getting
hey,
involved in
that
a
helps.
franchise. And there are, I mean,
He's a
everybody thinks
knowledgeable
about
man.
McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and
Yeah.
everything. We're talking millions to get a franchise there. But there are some franchises that are geared to your particular locale, wherever you are. Irving can tell you about it. And they're all over the country. He can help you. And he's a really, really nice guy.
He is.
He's also a franchisee too. So
So
he
he can tell
knows,
you
yeah,
from both
he knows what he's
both
talking about.
aspects. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the kids are going back to school.
I can't believe it.
Now, it's just like it
So
seems like
quick.
the summers are so short.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they get out of
But
school. Our grandson did go to summer school for just a matter of a few weeks.
yeah, it wasn't long.
But then all of a sudden everybody's talking about going on vacation, and boom, it's pack up the backpack and you're off to school again.
Yeah. Well, it's hot here in Texas.
Oh,
So that's why it feels a little strange for them to be going back to school.
yeah. At
It's
least
just ungodly hot.
hopefully, knock on wood, the air conditioning is working at the school.
Oh gosh, wouldn't that be
I
awful?
certainly hope they're out there checking out the systems
Yeah.
right now before
Yeah,
the kids go
I'm
back.
sure.
But our grandson goes back to middle school. And we started talking earlier about, what are some of our memories from middle
Well, that's
school?
why, because when I talk to him, I like to recall what I was going through at the time so I can relate to him a little better. And that was a tough time for me. It's the hormones, you're changing, you're maturing, you're growing up. And why are you laughing? To me, it wasn't any
because I
laughing
remember,
matter.
no, we had a conversation. We took him out for lunch and we were talking to him about going to school.
We
What
were.
are you going to be doing? I don't know. Have you met any of your teachers? No, not yet. Do you know what
They
classes
didn't.
you're going to be taking? Yeah, I'll be taking English and history and
He just does not care and
it's
does not want to
just,
go back.
I mean, it's like
I know.
like a dentist pulling teeth
Yeah.
to get an. Are you
Well,
excited? No.
now, if you were asking about his computer games and his Lego
Yeah.
projects
Oh, well, yeah.
and swimming and
Now
music.
he is in music.
Yeah.
And he's keeping up with his piano and saxophone.
Mhm.
So, are you excited about that? Yeah.
Not really.
That's,
Well, they
but
were starting band camp.
yeah, he was going to band
And that's
camp.
how they start practicing at school to get ready for the start of school and all the concerts.
And also his other elective this year is theater.
Theater.
So we may have a musical thespian.
No, well, you're gonna see
in-
him in the
in the
background.
family.
He's not so out front about it.
Yeah, I don't see him
Which
in
is
a leading
okay.
leading role.
No, but that's fine. I don't object to that at all. You need those people in the background to help.
Yeah.
But-
I was in theater in high school, but I don't remember whether we had theater in middle school.
Yeah, I think we did.
We had there was band, there was chorus, and there was art.
Well, but his theater is very small. The parents just come. I don't think that they have it for the
A
whole
school
school.
play?
Yeah, no, they don't have a school play.
We don't
At
know
least
that
they
yet.
didn't. They didn't last year when
No.
he was there. They just had it for the parents.
but I started really wanted to be in chorus because I didn't want to really have to play an instrument and all, but I did. I played the clarinet for a while
Hmm.
in middle school. Uh,
You didn't like it because you gravitated
no,
towards the
and
piano later.
yeah, and I was not into sports really at all, other than watching. And I think it was middle school where you probably first got introduced to basketball because that was a manageable sport for kids at that age.
Did you?
They didn't have football teams, although he has a football team in his middle
I
school.
know, I can't believe
Now,
that.
yeah, well, of course, Texas is
Real
all
big on
about
football.
football.
But I was going to ask you a question, and
And
I
some of
just
those kids in middle school
they're
look
big.
like they could be playing in the
Yeah, they're big.
pros.
They're big.
They
Did
raise
you
them
have a
big.
hard time with middle school as far as leaving that elementary kind of closed in, kind of not a lot of homework
Well,
environment and going into a more advanced
the biggest
studies?
change was when you when in elementary school, you went into your classroom and you sat there all day. When you went to middle school, I'm trying to
Right.
remember. In middle school, I think it to a certain degree you changed classrooms. You went from place to place, but also the teachers. Sometimes you would be in a classroom
And the
for a few
teacher would
hours,
come in.
and the
Teacher
teachers
would
would rotate.
But ours
Yeah.
didn't. Our middle school, we went to the classes and we
Yep.
called that departmental.
Departmental.
Mhm.
Our grandson does that now too,
Yes.
and
And you only have 5 minutes.
he complains about that.
Yeah, I only have 5 minutes to get to the class,
Because
which is what we had.
the school is a fairly good sized school,
Yeah.
but it is such a rush to get from
One end to the other and one floor to the other floor. And these kids are young, a lot of them, and they're chatting away and socializing, and you can't. You got to get to class. So it's been, I think, a challenge for him to go from that elementary school to junior high, but I see him blossoming and starting to mature, and but I feel for him because I absolutely know what he's going through.
But
It's not
last year,
easy.
the middle school, I remember our middle school it was called junior high.
Yeah, so is ours.
And it was
Theirs
just,
is.
I think it was just seventh and eighth grade. Now it's
No,
what,
sixth,
sixth,
seventh,
seventh,
and
and
eighth.
eighth,
But every place is
and
different.
ninth,
No,
or
no,
ninth
sixth,
is
seventh,
still
and eighth.
okay.
Sixth, seventh, and
Uh,
eighth. But every place
and
is different because some junior highs are including ninth grade. I mean, it just all
it's seventh,
depends where
eighth, and
you
ninth,
are.
and then you go to three.
Yeah, it
But
just
last year
depends.
he was a newbie in this school.
Right.
So now this is his second year in the school. He's familiar with where everything is located, and it should make that a little bit easier to navigate.
What was the worst moment you had in junior high? Was there a worst moment or were there a few bad moments?
School dances.
You didn't have to go
Probably.
to school dances,
They
did you?
well, in those days they were called sock hops. And
Yeah.
you remember, and
No, we
uh,
didn't call them sock hop.
we had sock hops, and they used to play music and all in the gymnasium. And all the boys would be on one side of the gym, and all the girls were on the other side of the gym, and the girls and the boys were all, talking
But did
among
you have
themselves.
to go? You didn't have to
No,
go.
it was like on every so often on a Friday,
Really?
right after fifth period or whatever,
Oh, it
you
was
went.
during school.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
during school they would have, because that was kind of like their socializing, because you didn't have recess anymore. So you didn't go outside, in the morning or the afternoon, or even rarely during lunch. And also, this was a way of getting the kids to socialize. And everybody would sit there and they'd play the music, and everybody would be but all the guys are, on one side and all the girls on the other.
Well,
And there was always those the cool guys with the ducktail.
in junior high?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Remember,
really? No, I don't remember I remember him starting
junior
high
high
school.
for me was in the late 50s.
Yeah.
And early 60s.
Yeah,
That's when
but
rock and roll was just coming into
Yeah, but
vogue.
I didn't think the kids were that mature in in
Well, you
junior
didn't have to
high.
be mature in order to have greased down hair, like this with the little
I
curl
don't
across
remember
your,
that part.
uh, the street corner singers or something of the
Did,
50s
well, if they
and
had
60s.
sock hops, did they have dance classes?
Oh, no, no.
Well, what if you didn't know how to dance?
You on Saturday you would watch American Bandstand
Oh, yeah, right. That's true.
or what was Jim Lounsbury's show?
Yeah, I remember Jim. Yeah,
Jim Lounsbury,
yeah,
American,
yeah.
yeah, and American Bandstand. And this was, when Dick Clark, first came on the scene, and you used to sit there in your den, turn on the TV, and watch the kids dancing. And my first dance partner
What
was
do
a
you mean your first dance? You remember your first dance partner?
was a doorknob.
Oh,
Do you remember that? Did you ever do that?
no, because I had two
You used to take a
sisters.
doorknob and dance like you were doing
Oh, didn't you dance with
the
your sister?
jitterbug.
She didn't teach you?
A little bit later, yeah.
Yeah, no, I had two sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we danced together, but
But I
that
think
was
that
your
was,
most embarrassing was being at the sock hops.
yeah. I mean, it was it was embarrassing, but it was probably the biggest challenge was to learn. And I told you about my. I mean, I was 12 years old, and that was junior high. I took dance classes,
Mhm.
and that's when I fell in love.
Yeah, I know your first
My
love.
my first love,
Yeah.
who I'm not going to say her name,
No, don't.
but I still recall I was so infatuated with this girl, and she was willing to dance with me,
Yes.
and we learned how to do the stroll
Oh, the stroll.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
and of course everybody wanted to do the waltz, because that was touchy feely.
I
You was
know.
up close,
I know.
and she really didn't want to have much to do with me other than being a dance partner. But I used to walk out of dance class seeing stars.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and she would shake my hand and say goodbye. See you next week.
No, she wouldn't do that. She was nice about it.
She was.
Yes.
How about you? What
Do you
was?
really want to know what my most embarrassing moment in junior high was?
Not only do I want to know, but they all want to know too.
In our school, they frowned upon your short skirts because we had mini skirts. No,
Oh no,
no. We didn't. We were
mini
good
skirts.
people.
Oh wait, well yeah,
I was
you
good
were a
girl.
little
Yeah, I was a little after you.
Yeah,
After
quite a
yeah.
bit after me,
Yeah.
but
And so yeah, the mini skirt was in vogue, shall we say. And so every so often the principal would go around and measure the girls' skirts.
because it had to be so many inches, only so many inches above the knee.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah. And I was the new person. I came in the middle of the year. So in a lot of my classes, everybody knew me as a new
Yeah,
girl.
I was a midtermer.
Yeah. And that new girl from Chicago, coming to the suburbs, didn't know anybody. I was so shy. And
Did you wear a mini skirt?
and the one day that I wore, I loved the skirt. I can tell you exactly what it looked like. I loved it. And I had black fishnet stockings for all those women out there. If you can remember black fishnet stockings or blue or red, a white, I had them in every color. And I wore black fishnets with my olive green and black and beige tweed skirt. It was adorable. It was a little tight and short, and but I didn't think it was anything out of the ordinary, and I guess I was wrong because
Got sent home.
yeah, called my mother. Well, they called my mother.
Come get your daughter.
Yeah, or bring us another skirt, and you couldn't wear pants then. They didn't allow pants.
It when I went to school, and I guess it was started in middle school and then into high school. The guys always used to you used to get your jeans and you would peg them. You would take the seams in so that
Yes.
you wondered how they ever got into it, but you couldn't have your your pants around the ankle
Mhm.
any less than so many inches
Mhm.
in circumference, and they used to measure that.
That's
And
amazing.
also, when I was a kid, I think it was just that time, you could get sent home from school for not wearing a belt
Seriously?
because it
Oh, no,
was
ours
cool
wasn't
to
like.
wear hip huggers
Oh,
without a
yes.
belt
Oh, yeah.
and all. And so the guys would come to school wearing a belt because you were supposed to, and then you'd leave it in your locker. And then a
Oh,
teacher
yeah.
or a monitor or someone
say,
would catch you and
yeah.
they'd send you to the office. And the office would say, you better go home and get a belt. Well, I think I have one in
My
my locker. And they did it on purpose because it was cool not to wear a
well,
belt.
by the
This
time
kid could never get by without wearing a belt.
by the time I got to school, with those rules were relaxed.
Those,
But they still had the mini skirt. But I was a goody goody in school, so it was horrifying for me to go through that. You, on
yeah.
the other hand, you were kind of used to, I think,
Can't
your
believe
belt problems.
you remember the colors in that plaid skirt.
I remember what I was wearing when you proposed to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And I guess I should remember, but I don't.
Well, I remember where we were.
I remember where, but I sure don't remember what you were wearing.
I do.
It wasn't a plaid mini skirt.
Anyway, good luck, Liam. We're wishing you the best.
Yeah.
This year, seventh grade.
And to all the
It's
kids
going to be
going
much
back to
better.
school.
And everybody, yes. Good luck. We
Yeah.
hope it's a good year for everybody, including the parents.
Right. And come back and see us again next week. Same time, same place. We'll be here waiting for you.
See
Okay?
ya.
Bye.
Bye.